Hello healers! I wanted to show you guys a playthrough of Starstone and give some healer tips and tricks on how to tackle this dungeon. This is a fun step up from Amrine with some new mechanics and lots of lasers, so stay tuned. I'll also show you guys how to actually get the Starstone tuning orbs so you can open the dungeon yourself if you haven't done so already. Also, I stream on Twitch, so come catch me live and feel free to ask me questions there. I'll leave a link for that in my community Discord below. Alright, so after you hit level 33, you will unlock the questline to get your first and only free Starstone Barrows tuning orb. This isn't actually part of your main story quest like Amrine in Depths, so you might have accidentally skipped it while leveling. But it has awesome weapon drops, including an amazing life staff, so it's definitely worth doing. The quest chain for Starstone also gives you a second free Amrine orb and has you complete Amrine again, so be prepared for that as well. In order to start the quest chain, you need to complete the first few starting quests in Everfall until you get the quest Ancient Contemplations from William Heron, who is hiding upstairs in the Everfall Inn. He will send you on a wild scavenger hunt all across Everfall to retrieve goods from temples, before he eventually sends you to Amrine with a free tuning orb. After this, you will need to be level 33 to unlock the next part of the quest chain, and you will get to the final quest to do Starstone with a free tuning orb. Also remember, make sure you have the quest from MokkaMusis outside Amrine to collect bones. It gives you a big chunk of XP and makes the good boy very happy. So for the actual dungeon run, the pathing is fairly straightforward. There are a lot of mob packs that you will need to kill, but they're not very difficult. There are lasers scattered throughout the dungeon. Some will be moving, while others will be stagnant. And make sure you crawl through the stagnant ones, as simply crouching doesn't work, as you can see here.
Aha! It's called don't do that.
You also can't res people under the lasers, as they'll just die again when they stand up, so be ready to walk. For the most part, your DPS need to focus the archers first since they do significant damage and like to target healers, which I can confirm is painful. And for the sake of length, I'm going to be cutting out most of the mob pack fights and mostly talk about and show you guys the more difficult parts of the dungeon. After killing some mob trash packs at the start, you'll come to a giant laser puzzle. Same as before, don't get hit by any of these as they will one-shot you. Hop off the entry platform to the left and make your way through it. There are always side paths you can go through that allow you to avoid the lasers. Once you get to the end, you'll be able to pick up the staff and give your party a protective bubble through the lasers to the next zone. In this way, only 1 or 2 people need to make it all the way through the puzzle, and the rest of your team can wait at the end if they're having a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Lauren body blocked me.
Valorian body blocks me too. Oh, it's full. Yeah, you guys can just wait there. Cherry chips away. If you want. Unless you like the puzzle challenge.
No, I'm stuck. Yes, sir.
Okay. You are very squishy.
Well, I didn't keep up this last one.
Nice.
It's been a while since I've gotten to this part, actually. I never really fought before that.
Yeah, really? That's good. Yeah, you grab the thing and everybody is protected standing in it.
After navigating through the laser puzzle, you will enter an open area where you will kill 1 difficult mob pack before climbing the stairs to the shattered obelisk. Follow the path with no lasers and continue to kill mobs. Eventually, you'll reach an area with another staff that will give you a bubble to circle back around and safely pass through the lasers to disengage the power lock from the top platform, which gets rid of the lasers in the room. Yeah. Next. While you're circling back around to disengage the lasers, you will run into the most difficult mob pack in the dungeon that features 2 elite mobs named Erebus and Limos. Healing this can be pretty intense, so make sure your DPS know to, as always, focus the archers first before starting on the elite mobs. The first elite mob you need to kill is Erebus, as he does significantly more damage and continuously spawns mobs, which can lead to a lot of chaos if he's left alive for too long. After Erebus goes down, Limos and the rest of the pack are pretty easy to clean up, and you can take a breather.
We saw how I killed everyone except for everyone.
Nice.
Don't forget the bones.
Hit the bones, there's 2 bones. Where's the other one? The first boss you'll encounter in this dungeon is Electos the Relentless. He'll throw large orbs of damage, so be sure to dodge those. He'll also continuously spawn mobs throughout the fight, cleave these down, or he'll enchant one of them to make them stronger. He also has an attack where he slams his staff onto the ground, which releases large AoE waves of damage around him. This needs to be dodged or it does some pretty hefty damage. Electos also has a self-heal where he raises his glowing hands up into the air. This can be interrupted by anyone with CC skills and is pretty easy to do. Healing this fight is fairly straightforward. You'll primarily need to stack your AoEs on the tank and spot heal DPS with your single target heal if they get hit by orbs or waves of damage. If your team chooses to ignore mobs, they'll likely be aggroed onto you, but they're pretty easy to kite around the room. Also remember not to stand in any of the purple puddles or they'll slow you down and make it harder to dodge incoming damage. Other than that, this boss goes down fairly quickly and your team should be able to tackle him without too much trouble. After the first boss, your team will need to return to the Shattered Obelisk, and like before, someone needs to grab the staff and you will need to walk through the lasers together. From here, my team decides to go straight past the second set of lasers to grab the Obelisk key, and then go back up to disengage the power lock. You can do this the other way around as well.
That's really all I want is the 420 life staff with
We
blessed
really
on
simply
it.
could do that part first, but no, actually, could we? Yeah, I just wanted to put this down. I like that everyone goes in one.
After you have disengaged the power lock and grabbed the Obelisk key, go back to where you killed Electos to bless the key, and at this point, new mobs will have spawned. Follow the path of mobs until you reach the door to unlock with your newly blessed key, which leads to the final boss. Now that you've made it to the final boss room, it's time for some fun! Grendigol the Regent has a couple of fun mechanics to keep up with, so pay attention. Grendigol will point before spawning piles of bones throughout the area. Your DPS and healer will need to hop off the boss fight quickly and get rid of these bones and the mobs adjacent to them before going back to DPSing the boss. Destroying these bones should be a priority, as they do not stop spawning more mobs until they're gone. Your tank can help with this by dragging the boss away from the bones to ensure no melee attacks from the boss cleave them while they focus on the mechanic. Once you've gotten the boss low for the first time, they will come back with a full HP bar and new mechanics. The boss will continue to spawn bones, and there will be 3 bones in total now in the boss points, so make sure you get rid of all of them. Brendigal will also now do a leaping attack, targeting a random member of your party and jumping on them. This attack will happen 5 consecutive times, and each time they land, there will be a shockwave of damage that fills the room. This needs to be dodged or it does a big chunk of damage. This stage can be pretty chaotic as a healer if your team is new to dodging the waves, so heal in between jumps and make sure you stop any casting before you need to dodge again so you don't also get hit. Making sure you dodge as a healer here is extremely important, since you taking critical damage means the rest of your team potentially wiping if you die. And by you dodging, you also have free heals to give anyone else who is also having trouble. After getting this mechanic down, you just need to continue with these 2 mechanics, the bones and the leaping, until Grendigal eventually goes down. Bones.
Yeah, life staff, fire staff is the most ultimate cringe. Alright, Chewy Chips Ahoy, we gotta kill him one more time. Now he's gonna jump every now and then. He jumps 5 times in a row, and you gotta dodge the shockwave. When he lands, there's a shockwave, you just dodge. And still kill bones. Bones. Yeah, he spawns more bones now too. I think he does like 2 or 3. I think it's 3.
Yeah, I think it's 3, but 2 tend to be together.
Yeah. Oh, I did dodge. For Florian. They're hardcore struggling with the jumps. Bones. Oh, and jumps. I have a circle on the ground over here.
And that's it. I hope your nice blessed life staff drops, because I wish it did for me. Also, my server MagMel on US West is now unlocked if anyone was looking to make a character and join my company. I also have a Depths and Dynasty guide in the works, so stay tuned for that. I'll catch you all in New World.